They Say What They Can't Radio.
Welcome to SoulShare, a conversation focused on love, intimacy, vulnerability, and emotional intelligence. This is a different kind of relationship dialogue for those who want to make the shift from the ego-driven to more intimate, spirit-nurturing partnerships that satisfy. Because that's what Black love is. Black love is powerful. Black love is soulful. Black love is a love that you can feel. Give thanks. Greetings. I am Sesheta Khepra, the Intimacy Junkie, and welcome to SoulShare. And we're going to start the show off because we're going to celebrate and we're going to do a little toast for Anjy. It's a solar return.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Blessings, sis. We're going to do a little toast. Yes. May the Most High continue to bless you and continue to lead your life with love
and freedom.
That's right.
Thank you
right.
so much. Thank you.
You're my grown woman goals.
Thank you. I share. I love it.
Okay, so now this is what we're going to be discussing. Intentions. We're going to talk about integrity. We're going to talk about authenticity, sincerity of intentions. We're going to get into, how to set intentions and all of that good stuff. This pandemic had me thinking about a lot of stuff, and so many things were being revealed, as we all sat in quarantine, sitting still. And did y'all look over the questions?
Yes.
Okay. So, I hope y'all gave it some thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you ever do inventory of your intentions? Because I know I do that a lot. Like with a lot of situations, I always, constantly take inventory of my intentions to make sure that, I'm sincere, because I want to make sure that the quality of all of my, interactions are very authentic. So I constantly make sure that when I'm doing things that it's, in the spirit that I intend them to be, and, and how they come across. So how are you guys with that?
When I first saw the question, I was just like, I must be the most shallow person out there, because I don't ever, unless, let me not say I don't do it. I do it after the fact.
Okay.
Like, after you break up, and then you're like, well, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I could have been a little nicer, maybe. But initially, I'm shallow, superficial. No, not at all. It's just, I go in with blinders on, and however it comes out, it comes out.
Well, at least, that's well, you know what? You took inventory now. And now you realize that that's what you've been doing. Are you going to change? Or?
Am I going to? I think with the whole pandemic, a lot of things needed to be changed. Because, with the health scare and everything, I was just like, everything needs to be done differently. I need to do different. I need to be better. It was eye-opening. This whole pandemic was definitely eye-opening for me. So it's a learning process.
Absolutely.
And baby steps for me right now. Baby steps.
But that's good. That we all got to take baby steps. We all got to take it. But you know what? I'm glad that, you are taking stock in it. You were able to realize that everybody being in and, sitting still, and, that there were things that we have to learn from all of this, from this experience. Unfortunately, some people didn't get the memo, and they won't get the memo, and it's going to be, they're just patiently waiting for things to get back to normal when they not realizing that this is the new normal, and going back to the way things were we don't really want that. You know what I mean? We don't want the old normal. We want to create a new normal. We want to create a whole new world exactly the way that we want it to be. And this is the perfect time because now we're being given a blank slate. So now we're in that, destroy phase. So it's like everything's have to be destroyed in order to rebuild, so now that's where we at right now. A lot of things are being destroyed so that we can rebuild exactly the way we want it to.
I love it. I love it. It's a leveling of the playing field. I look at that way, like as far as work goes, as far as school goes, as far as my relationship goes. It's like everything is, the slate is clean. Everyone is at the same point on the scale, basically. It's level. So there's no reason to go back because there's no back anymore. We've changed.
Right.
Totally changed. It's a transition. But I've always believed that we go through many deaths throughout our lives, transitioning throughout our lives. I learned that through Sacred Woman. We go through these stages, and you can wake up every morning and you can choose the previous existence you had, or you can you can change it. You can use your intentions. Think of the intentions that you have to make a change and make a difference.
Right.
So I do think of the way I like to direct things, and I usually stay. I've been called stubborn. I usually stay on that track because you could see your goal clearly if you keep it in your vision.
Yeah,
but at the
focus.
same time, I'm like a wing person too. I wing everything. I go and I know. I'm a Virgo, so I'm very mutable. They call that with the horoscope. They say we're a mutable sign. So I am like a chameleon. A friend of mine told me that he was a chameleon too. It's so funny, but I am like a chameleon. So a lot of people have issue with me kind of seeming to flip flop. They don't understand that out of creativity.
So does that affect how you come across as far as being sincere?
Yeah.
Do you come across insincere?
Right. So even because I smile like they're like, they can't trust me. But I do have a very serious way about myself where I know the goal that I'm setting for myself, and I know what I want to achieve, and everything kind of will fall in its place because I have confidence that that's right. There's another Virgo thing. We're always right. So, yeah, I think naturally I'll have an intention, and I am kind of stubborn in where I won't really be too flexible. If I made a decision, that might be just, that's it. It might be just it. And I don't care. If you don't like me, then sorry, I got to
And
keep it moving.
you brought up trust, and I've been thinking a lot about that, about trust a lot lately. And I guess because all of this, ties in with each other. And I had an experience recently, and I was having a conversation, and the person lied to me. And I don't know why people think that you don't know when they're lying. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it wasn't even anything
Major.
right, anything major, and it was just like, oh, come on. You know what I mean? And it's just like why lie? So it had me thinking yesterday, and I'm like, when people lie, like, in their mind, what is the greater penalty? Is it the consequence of telling the truth, or the fear that no one's going to respect you because you're a liar? Like, what?
It depends on what the lie is. Like, sometimes people lie to protect you, and they feel that if I omit this, or if I lie about this, you won't get hurt. So it depends on what the lie is.
No, but I'm not asking why they're lying, because you could want to protect me, but while you're thinking that you're protecting me by lying, now you're eroding the level of respect, because now I'm no longer respecting you. So the fact that I'm going to now no longer respect you, does that not, does that not factor in? It's like you're thinking you're protecting me, but I'm not. Each time you're protecting me, I'm losing more and more respect for you. So what is the bigger penalty? The loss of respect, or the facing the consequences that you think you're going to be punished by telling me the truth? So, like, do people ever take that into consideration? And it's like, when it comes to trust, and because for me, like, when a person lies, it's not a trust thing where I lose trust for you, because that's something else altogether different. You know what I mean? Trust has nothing to do with what somebody else does or says or anything like that. That really has to do, with me and how I, process certain things. But it's like, and I think most people don't even fear not being trusted, because they think most people have trust issues.
Yes.
So they don't fear somebody, oh, I don't care if this person doesn't trust me. Like, that's not a consequence. They don't fear that penalty of somebody losing trust in them.
Right.
So, but people tend to fear the loss of respect. So now that's what it is for me. It's like, if I find that you're lying, I'm going to continue to trust you, because I already know what you're about. You're going to be a liar. So it's not like, trust to me is tied into safety. So it's like, the only way I cannot trust you is if you're a threat to my safety. Then there'll be a trust issue. Other than that, there's no reason for me not to trust you if you're not a threat to my safety. And if you're just a liar, there's no real threat to my safety. You're more of an issue to yourself. Yeah, you're more of an issue to yourself. So my thing is, it's just like, I'm just not going to respect you because you lie. So so that's why I'm thinking, like, what is what is the bigger fear? Do people fear the consequences? And it seems like that's what they fear, the consequences of telling the truth, but they don't fear not being respected. And I'm like,
I think that
if people don't respect you, like, how is that a good...
I think the thing is more of, they're secure in your feelings for them. So, and they're very confident in your feelings for them. So they feel like, they can just tell you whatever, whenever, and basically it'll save some time of explaining away the truth. Like having to go into the whole, like, if it's a dramatic thing, and if we're dealing with men don't want to go into the whole story of something all the time, all the steps it took, whatever. And because there's a difference. Like, I've read once that women prepare themselves more for big changes. They get the cues, they read the cues, they start preparing themselves mentally for things. And men, in contrast, according to this article, they wait when the day of an event. If it happens, it might be a little shocking to them, because they were ignoring the signals.
Right.
They don't want to pay attention, go in deeply. That thought, that introspection, or that analyzation that mostly women are conditioned to do. Men just, and if they have to stop and explain, it's something that they don't want to do. So they just go the easy route and be like, well, no, this is it.
But see,
take
that's
what
the
I say
thing.
because...
It's like, but it's not easy, because it's what it's costing you to go that easy route. So it's like, okay, it's easier just to lie, but at what cost? And you're paying a huge penalty
I
when...
still think it depends on the scenario. For example, I had a situation at work. Now, my coworker and I were really close. My supervisor came in and asked me something about my coworker, which I was just like, I don't know. You need to ask my coworker. So a lot of back and forth went, and it went to the assistant commissioner. Now, my supervisor told me, do not say anything to her. In turn, I was like, in my mind, I was going back and forth because she was a good friend. I was like, I would want to know. If something is happening, I would want to know. But this is my supervisor. My supervisor said, do not say anything. So at that point, what do? Because you see the person, you talk to the person, you're like, hey, how you doing? You look in the person dead in the face, and you know for a fact shit's going down.
See, that's the next thing, because then it also got me to thinking as well, where we become a culture where we respect liars. So in that scenario, there is no threat where there's a loss of respect, because in that situation, you telling a lie would get you get the luxury of maintaining the respect that you have, because this is what your supervisor asked you to do.
Yes, but I couldn't hold it in. So the next day, I told her, before she came to work, I said, look, A, B, and C is about to go down. I actually pulled her into my office, and I was just like, A, B, and C is about to go down. This and this is about to happen. And she was mad at me. She did not speak to me for months, because she said, one, you spoke to me the day before, and you didn't say anything to me. She said, you looked me in my face and knew dead that all of this was going down. And because you are my friend, or someone I considered my friend, you should have told me. She didn't speak to me for months. She said, basically, I lied to her.
The sin of omission.
But I was just like, I was told not to say anything.
Ooh, I know those kind of stuff.
That's
I know that stuff.
So that's why I said it depends on the situation. Because I was just like, I felt bad. I was like, it was bothering me to the point where I was like, I can't not say, because she's my friend, I can't not say anything.
Right.
Look, this is about to walk in. And she was mad because she was like, yo, you pulled me in your office like I was your subordinate. I said, no, I pulled you in my office like this and this and this and this and this is about to go down. It's serious.
So it shows you that there's other issues about her that brought her to that sensitive situation.
This is what bothers me. Even though you came a day later, you had to process everything that was going on, and you still came to her.
That's
and then
responsibility.
she held it against you. This is a trigger for me, because I had the same thing. The same thing happened to me, and you know the person in the situation, and it was just like, where it's like, okay, there's a lot to process, and you have to decide how involved you really want to get. And then when time has passed, and say, okay, I can't sit with this anymore, and then you do come out with it, then they hold it against you. You know what I mean? And it's really, really unfair. And I think in those moments, that's when you need to assess people's intentions. And that's when especially when you're when you're with friends, and these are people who you consider friends, you're supposed to know how sincere that person is. And you're supposed to know, is their intentions to hurt me? Were their intentions to lie to me? You have to allow, grace for people to process certain things. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. It's like everybody thinks that, everybody's out to get them, and that's not always the case. Sometimes things, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts to the situation, and a person just needs time to process everything. So now you have to sit down and really think about what the people around you and their intentions, and how you really feel like, are these people really, really sincere? And my thing is, and I guess that's where trust comes in. If you don't trust the people around you, then you have to really think about that. And I've been thinking about that as well, because recently, somebody told me that they didn't trust me. And once upon a time, that would have bothered me, like, me, trust me, you know what I mean? I try to be as very transparent as they come, and and try to be vulnerable, and for someone to say flat out that they didn't trust me. And when I thought about it, I'm just like, you know what? You deserve to be comfortable, so go back from whence you came. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you don't trust me, then you know what? I'm good on that. Yeah. Because, like I said, for me, trust is about safety. And if you don't trust me, then that means I feel that you're a person who's a coward, because you're walking around in fear all the time that I'm going to be some level of threat to your safety or threat to your comfort or threat to something. So I don't vibe with that coward energy at all. You know what I mean? I don't do cowards.
Because I
You
don't
know?
trust you being a coward, though.
Huh?
How is me not trusting you being a coward?
Because if you don't trust me, then that means you feel that I'm a threat to you. So that's why you don't trust me. So it's like a threat to your emotional health, your mental health, whatever you feel that I'm a threat. That's why you don't trust me. So then you're a coward because you're walking. And people who have severe trust issues is because they feel that people are a threat.
Yeah.
Most people aren't a threat to me, and I'm not afraid of most people.
Right.
You understand what I mean? So I don't have trust issues.
The crisis intervention, it comes in here because right now with PTSD and with everything that's going on now, a lot of people, because they haven't been trained to deal with conflict or damage control or conflict resolution, they get paranoid. And a lot of people are walking around paranoid right now.
Exactly. And that's fear.
Yeah.
And that comes from fear.
Yeah, and that is where the cowardice comes from. I just had the conversation with Malachi. I just had the same conversation because I said, when he came up with something to that vibe, I was like, whoa. Hold on. Let's just cut all emotions aside. If you feel like something that I'm doing could be detrimental towards you or can affect your plans and your goals as far as business goes, then I'm gonna step back and then let you do what you're doing,
Right.
and that's good. That's really good because I'm not gonna. I don't like enabling people. I don't baby people.
Right.
Because
right.
it's also a kind of a level of disrespect to the person if you allow them or enable them. It's also you're not trusting their character to be a little stronger.
Right.
I'm not going to make you depend on me knowing that you're a strong person. You might be going through something right now.
I still don't feel because I fear you, I'm necessarily a coward. Because I fear my father, but I will still go toe to toe with him if I feel I'm right.
But then you don't really fear him. Then you
Yeah,
don't.
listen.
Then you don't. Then you really.
Fear is not bad,
You know.
but a coward can't come. A coward is somebody that runs away from being able to confront their.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, because I fear you doesn't necessarily mean I'm a coward. I could be scared shitless, but I'll still be like,
But then
Yeah.
that's the fight or
Yeah.
flight. That's the fight or flight that's kicking in.
Yeah.
But see, when a person has trust issues, that's also a person who lacks the confidence in their ability to bounce back. They don't trust that they'll be able to recover, so they always on guard and they're protecting themselves, and it's like, okay, so they have up all of these walls because they don't ever think that they'll be able to recover from whatever happens and whatever the consequences are. And it's like, that's what I can't vibe with that energy. If you fear that you don't even have confidence in yourself that you can recover from whatever situation and whatever circumstance, then we ain't on the same page.
That's right.
We're not aligned.
You're
We don't
not
vibe.
ready yet. You're not ready. You
And
wait right
this is
here.
in all situations, not just
so let me ask you a question. So is this person new in your life or is this person old? Because it depends on, because if I just meet you, I'm not going to trust you.
But why? Well, why wouldn't you trust the person
I
that you
don't
just
know
meet? But
I don't know you. Why? My trust is precious. So
well,
why
I'm not
am
saying that
I-
I'm not saying, okay, you just meet someone and you hand over your
Yeah,
firstborn
no.
to take care of them. I'm not saying
No,
that.
no, no,
But
I
I'm just saying
understand
it's
that,
like
I'm not going to give you my all, and I don't know you to see whether you deserve my all.
So you think someone has to deserve your all?
I
Be
am
entitled to your
precious.
all.
So-
I am precious. Yes, I am.
See, what we've had this conversation.
I am precious.
To me, it's the exact opposite of that. I don't believe in that whole testing people.
It's
and
not a test,
and to
but
prove.
I'm just like, are you someone that I don't know you to see you see how we talk about intentions? I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know whether you have good intentions or
You
bad
just
intentions.
ask. You ask them straight. You ask, and you just trust that they're going to be honest. If I don't feel that you're going to answer the questions honestly, then it's time to move on.
Yeah,
But
but
if I
not
ask,
everybody is you. Not
I know
everybody
that.
is you. So I can't say this young lady over here. Yeah. So what's your intentions with our relationship? She's gonna be like, yeah, we got good intentions. But she could be,
full of shit. You.
exactly,
But
exactly.
see, I guess this is where you go on according to vibes and energy, because I rely heavily on vibes and energy, and if if the vibe ain't right, it's time. It's time to go. And if you start to upset my spirit, it's time to move on. So I rely heavily on that.
But
I
it takes
don't.
time, though. It takes.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's
I don't
not.
think so.
That's how, going back to the conversation that we had like a few months ago about love at first sight, and I was just like, I do not believe in love at first sight. It's not possible.
Well, yeah, but you did say that. But
Define
I
love.
oh boy.
I know that's what makes it impossible.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
it's-
Because
The
everybody.
intentions, the trust, everything, it comes over time. It comes with the process. It comes with getting to know you, getting to feel you out.
But that's why I said I don't believe that trust is about anything somebody can do or say to prove. Trust is about what's going on within me.
Yeah.
So because I don't have trust, everybody's gonna get trusted by default because I don't have trust issues. So no one ever has to prove to me that they're trustworthy because
Okay.
I don't feel that just because we met and you're new in my life that you're a threat to me. Right. And whatever your intentions are, even if your intentions aren't initially sincere or whatever, I'll figure out that'll eventually reveal itself. And I know I have the capacity to recover from whatever type of fuckery that you feel that you can inflict upon me. So therefore there's no reason for me to walk around being afraid and making people go through these whole series of tests to prove that they're deserving of trust. That's too much work for me. You know what I
But
mean?
they're not
That's
being
too
afraid
much work.
all everywhere.
You know?
Only with specific people. Like if they see you in a certain light, and especially when you have a strong spirit, a strong personality, character, where people are going to look up to you or go to you for advice or mentors, that they might deal with you in a different way because it's that they have this image to protect too. They want to for you to see them as an equal, and then for other people to see them as, I'm here. That means you're around people that you would want to have that a little bit more. Some people are closer to you to elevate their status, their image.
Well, I mean, everybody. That's true. I'll give you that. But even in situations where people aren't necessarily have good intentions for you, so like everything I went through this last year, with my job, that was one of the things that had me thinking. I'm like, what were these
You
people
through that? That was
and
amazing.
and that's because I'm not afraid. You know what I mean? Because I had people telling me, don't you think you should start looking for another job, and that would be the responsible thing to do, and look for because why? Because right now I'm in fight mode. You know what I mean? And and I'm not afraid. They can bring it, and they can get all this smoke. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for anything. So now when everybody's just like, I think that you should be I'm good. My bills is paid. Everything is
Don't
I'm
cry
good.
for me, Argentina.
Right. There's no reason for me to be afraid, and I'm ready to fight, and I'm still gonna keep fighting because I still think I'm entitled and I deserve more. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't feel that they deserve certain things, so that's why people don't have the confidence to fight for themselves. And that's the next thing. When you are confident in yourself and you feel that you deserve certain things, then why?
So true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Then why should you be afraid? I
You
deserve
gotta know what people are
I deserve to be
obligated.
comfortable. I'm not walking around guarded and all tight and under pressure all the time, because
Subjective.
because there's people out here who haven't figured it out yet, so now I gotta be playing these games and
Dumb down.
yeah, I'm nah, you know what I mean? Nah,
See,
not
but
me,
I
bro.
still don't see it, like,
Not me.
I don't walk around tight and upset. And
You
it
know?
is what it is. Like, you come into my life. Okay, we see what you like. We see where your vibe's at, as you say. We see where your vibe's at.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still not going to be like, okay, I'm going to give you 100. No, I'm going to see where your vibe's at. I'm going to feel you out based on conversation. And based on your conversation, I know yay or nay.
See, I'm always gonna be 100. You see, you know why? Because I feel that nobody
It's
can
integrity.
put
It's
exactly.
integrity.
It's integrity. For me to sit up there and not give you 100%, then then I'm walking around at what 80% capacity. Like nah.
You can
Me,
only trust
at 80,
people to
nah,
be
you- I'm
human.
always,
You
I'm always
can
going to be
trust
on my
people
A
to
game,
be-
always. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So why? Because I'm not sure about what you are. I'm not going to be operating at 100% capacity. I'm sure about what I am. So I'm always going to be at 100% capacity.
that red.
But I'm
know
the
what I
same
mean?
way.
You know what I
I
mean?
completely agree.
You
I
know what I
always
mean?
operate at 100. But
I'm not going to
But-
let you in. I'm not going to
until
let you in.
I see it's right, I'm not going to let you in. But I always operate.
But you don't think that if you let them in, that people going to step up and become what they need
That's
to be?
where the lies come, though. Like,
know what I
if they have a low self something, whatever it is, they feel like they can't so they're gonna fake it till they make it.
That's true. I mean, but you got to give some people that room so that they can fake it until they figure out how to actually make it.
Yeah.
You got to give them that little bit of grace,
Yeah.
and have that patience and say, okay, you know what, you ain't there yet, but all right, you seemingly deserve the patience. You know what I mean? Some people, not necessarily. It's just like, all right, now it's time to move on. But you understand what I'm saying. But
I'm telling you, that's why a lot of people think I'm standoffish. A lot of people don't talk to me. And I tell people, I think I'm the nicest thing since sliced bread. But people don't talk to me. People don't approach me.
But there's nothing wrong with that because I am standoffish. But you know that.
But the way you stand off is, and come to me.
No,
That's not
Kimmy
true. I'm
has
kidding.
always been nice. She's always had
I
that
know.
big smile. Kimmy's always, I don't know how you say people think you standoffish.
Yeah.
You've always been nice.
You welcome
Maybe a
with the
little
smile.
abrasive.
Your eyes are
Abrasive
saying,
with your points sometimes.
Abrasive.
your eyes are saying.
No,
your
I
smile
should
is
say
saying,
abrasive,
"It's okay,
straight.
come to me."
Abrasive? I'm soft and tender. What do you mean?
You play ball. She plays
With-
ball.
Getting her point across. You like, this is my point. You like it or not. You don't like it, too bad, so sad.
Yeah, that's true too. But but I say that very tenderly. So
Your mouth
say
said
it
it
in the
tenderly. Your
nicest
eyes say.
yeah, you know what I mean?
But Kimmy's always been like bubbly
Yeah.
and nice and
Live
outgoing.
vivacious.
Yeah, because
We-
I can't even I'm because I'm at work. I don't talk to anybody because me and everybody we're not company with everybody, and if we ain't on the same,
That's what
I don't mix
what
with too many
she's
people. No.
saying.
You know what I
That's
mean?
she's saying.
Right, exactly. But I mean, and I get that, but it's not because I don't trust people. It's just that we not vibing on the same thing. So I'm protecting myself and I don't keep company with it because we're not in the same space. So why am I gonna?
And you're being professional.
Right. Why am I gonna engage you and interact with you if we not we're not the same people?
Yeah, it's hard to have friends at work.
But I'm saying, but not even in general. In general, we can go out. She will chat with people. Me,
I don't chat with people. People chat with me. That's not.
excuse me. People chat with her. Me, they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna talk to her. She looks like somebody I could talk to.
Because
It's
I'm
okay. Everybody's
because
real
I'm
different.
and the reason why is because it's all about love for me. You know what I mean? And because I like open and because you're shut off and
I
you
am not shut off. I think I'm having a party in my head.
Yeah, I feel like that.
I'm
didn't
having
think
a whole
I
party.
think she's enjoying herself, the vibe, the music. She doesn't have to like. be into.
But that's me too.
Yeah.
I like to be in my own space, in my own vibe, and people love to interrupt my vibe, and I don't even like they
That's
have to
true.
feel like they
I've
have to
seen
be a
that.
part
That's true.
of my vibe, and I would rather actually be by myself in a corner having my own vibe, but all of a sudden everybody act like they want to come and join my vibe. Why?
Because you're
I'm
dancing.
chilling.
Because you're
And I-
dancing and everybody dance with you.
and I prefer to dance by myself, honestly, and be in my own space. But everybody just want to be interrupting my vibe. It's like, but I don't get that. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, it's like I just, want, my own peace, and that's because I guess I exude love, and I'm not standoffish. So if you come in, I'll welcome you. I'm not gonna be like, get out my space. You know what I mean? It's I'll welcome you into my space and share. Because clearly, if the vibe welcomed you, you know what I mean. Then I'm, if it attracted you, then if it called you over, then come on, let's share. And I love to share. You know what I mean. So I could share this energy and this wonderful space and this, time and this moment with you. I have no problem with that. And that's why I said it's like with people who have trust issues, where you make people prove that they deserve to share space and time and, moments in love. It's like, no, I'm always going to share, moments in love, because that's what people want. That's what they're looking for. So I feel that once they're coming to me, that they're that's what they're coming for. They want that energy. So I'm gonna give them that. Why would I deny them that? That's how I feel
I've been
about
getting
it.
a lot of DMs. Everybody's not your friend. Everyone's not your friend. Take care of yourself first, and then. But I'm like, I'm not asking everybody to be my friend.
Right, but
I don't need anybody.
But if people have bad intentions, that will eventually reveal itself.
Yes.
And that's the thing. It's like, and that's what I want everybody to think about. It's just like, do you have people in your surroundings who you don't mean well for? Because I sit back and I watch a lot of people, and you see a lot of people discuss, having snakes in their garden and friends who they don't trust. And I'm like, why are you keeping
friends?
why do you keeping people?
They're building that energy. They're the ones that's creating that energy.
Yeah,
like attracts like.
Why is it so hard for people, just because you've known someone for a long time, if you know this person doesn't have good intentions for you, then it's time to move on. And let these people go. You see people saying things like, oh, you have to move in silence, you can't let anybody know what it is that you're doing.
I'm hearing that a lot too.
And it's just like, why?
Me too.
Why can't I share, what my goals are? Why can't I share, what my plans are? Why is everybody so secretive? And it's
and they don't realize that's liberation, that's freedom.
Not everybody is you. You may think this person is like, yo, I got you 100%. And that same person that you think has you 100% is talking about you behind your back.
No, I get that. I don't believe that everybody's like me. I understand that everybody's different, and I allow everyone the space to be themselves.
So that's why you don't want that energy around. That's why you're selective. I have a very close knit friends that I will say has been vetted. Close, I can count on my hands how many true friends I have.
Yes,
True friends.
It's true.
They will know what my plans are. And
no, I don't mean go around and announce it on Facebook and make everything you do on Facebook status. That's not what I'm saying. But people make it seem right. But people who are in your circle, because if they're in your circle, they should be vetted. They should be people that you trust. You know what I mean?
And
That if you have people in your circle who you can't
But
share.
not everybody's elevated to that level yet. Not everybody's elevated to that level where you're like I was talking to someone today. I was like, yo, everybody's softer, kind of. They just soft. They think everybody's their friend and everybody has a good intention and everybody loves them and they just want this love from everybody. And I'm like, as you said, everybody doesn't love you like that.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't care. 'Cause I don't need. I'm
right.
not looking for that.
And I believe in practicing kindness and tenderness, and it's not because I'm
That
looking.
I have an issue. I have a little issue with
And
tenderness.
right,
They
and
say I'm blunt or too
you know,
blunt.
it's not because I'm looking for everybody to be that. It's because I think everybody deserves that. And I know that everybody doesn't have the capacity to be kind and tender to me, but I have the capacity to be kind and tender to everybody. And I'm going to give everybody that because everybody deserves that. They don't deserve, I don't think that, and even if a person is a complete asshole, they're an asshole for a reason, and even the asshole deserves kindness and tenderness. And if they've never and if they're an asshole because nobody was ever kind and tender to them, I'm going to be kind and tender to them because they need to feel that experience of what it's like for someone to be kind and tender to them. You know, it's like,
But there people that have not received that before, they pull up their defense for that because it's something that has eluded them for their experience. It's eluded them, so they don't trust it.
yes, so those people, they get a healing hug. Come, let me give you a healing hug. Come, we gonna hug and we gonna breathe this out because you need a hug and we gonna breathe.
Right?
That's how you have to do
We're
those
dealing with a
people.
lot of paranoia.
And you got to start to melt away all of that stuff that people have built up over the years. There's like why you gotta be so hard? You know what I mean?
Why you so mad?
Yeah,
Right.
like why you so like soften up? You know, everybody's not out to get you. But you know what? And it's like when people, are in survival mode because they're fearful, then you become a predator. And that's what people don't realize. It's like when you that deep in survival mode, you become a predator. So everybody else becomes prey. Everybody else that you interact with is going to wind up becoming a casualty of your assholishness, and you know what I mean, and all that's a word, right? Assholishness.
Yeah, it is.
Today it is.
It is.
Exactly. So now, that's why it's like people have to come out of that, operating from fear, because it makes you a predator, and it makes, you wind up just treating people in a way that they really and truly don't deserve. And I just want everyone to be soft and tender. What's wrong with that?
Because it's time to wake up. You gotta wake up. Like, break out of this brainwashing stuff that we're
So soft.
look
But you know what? Everybody's so deep in savage mode, and I just don't get that
we
because
get tired.
yeah, and it's like why are you bragging about being a savage? You know what I mean? It's like that's not gonna heal what's going on in your heart, boo. You know what I mean?
I'm a savage.
Yeah, you a savage, but you still got a broken heart, boo. That didn't mend your broken heart. Being a savage, like soften up, like come on.
Let it out.
Come here,
Cry.
get Kimmy one of Kimmy's healing hugs. You gonna love this hug.
You'll be surprised what those hugs can do.
I do not like
What?
I can't deal with the crying. Like this. Stop crying, man. Stop crying.
Wait a minute. So wait, you don't allow that space of vulnerability?
No, because a lot of people are doing it because it's that damsel in distress thing that they're used to, crying to get that type of attention or that type. And to me, a lot of people these days, I don't want to be sexist, but I would say a lot of men these days are into the damsel in distress because they're spoiled, and they'll cry to get you to and I won't pay attention to that. Like if you want something to change and you don't want it to keep happening to you guys, you gotta you
mean like like a lot of it's performative and it's manipulative. You mean the tears?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of times, yes, it is. But then I get in trouble because then I get, look, she's not even crying, and this is so I'm not even right the way I display my emotions all the time, because that's that Virgo thing. Like, we don't really show right away what's.
But see, now we're going back to sincerity. Like people are
Integrity.
and then it's like people are really out here fake crying, and it's just like, for what? You know what I mean? Like why? There's so
Because they feel desperate, and then that's not attractive.
right, but that exactly. So when you go in with that, oh, I don't like this desperate energy. Ugh. You know, they're ooh.
I'm like, the confidence, when you have your own confidence, I don't care how rich or poor, whatever you have, you don't have the desperation because you believe in your skills, you believe in what you can do.
Right. And then you know what? And if you're saying that, a lot of guys, are attracted to damsel in distress. So
No, I said the guys are acting like the damsel in distress.
oh, they're acting like but
They're doing the broke pimping thing.
wait. Okay.
The broke
Explain that. Explain what you mean by
Well,
that.
I might have it wrong because somebody told me I was wrong. But broke pimping is when you act like you don't have something. Oh, I need this for my car broke down. I need $100, whatever. They do to get them whatever they want from you. They do the broke pimping thing.
Oh, okay. So that's
And they have a lot of people, a lot of women around them that will provide when they cry. And I don't. Like, please. Because when you're crying anyway, I'm not going to be able to know how to help you. You got to just wipe it off, wash your face.
well. See, a man that cries, I don't have an issue with that. You know what I mean? But if you're saying that these dudes is really out here, really on some performative,
They really are right now.
And
Yes,
you want
they
me
are.
to give them all my trust? No.
They
Oh my
really are.
God.
It's very
really,
annoying. And it gets so tired because you see what you said? They're playing on this script, this narrative. So it's like,
boy,
that we know that's not even real. But you just made that up. Like, why you coming to
why,
me with
bro?
that?
Why? Like, why?
That's what I'm trying to say with
But that's awful. You that's.
the lying we're talking about. Like,
But see, this is the
they
thing.
make
then-
up stories,
so they don't.
tell a long
So
tale, long
where
story.
is the fear of not being respected? You know what I mean? It's like they don't even care that nobody won't respect them. Like where is that fear? Like
Ding, ding, ding.
like
ding.
I don't. What's going on?
Listen to our music.
What's
Look
going
what they're
on?
doing. They're wearing
Like they don't
dresses
care?
right now. They're wearing dresses.
Like everybody just wants what they want and want to get what they want. That they don't care that nobody respects
Care
them.
didn't get them nowhere before. So
Well, you know what? I guess not, because if we got Tekashi 6ix9ine out here doing what he do, you know what I mean?
They're wearing dresses. Like,
I guess nobody. I don't know. We in bizarro world.
Yes.
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah.
I don't mind changes. Like, I'm not. It's a natural. It's inevitable. Things are gonna be different. The kids they're gonna see things in their own way. We can't say, "Oh, you missed out on what we have." They have something totally different. They'll find their values in other things that we don't know about because everything is new. So that integrity thing, it really is about. No, you have to be as transparent as I am. You got to be open. I'm not going to believe you when you tell me something there's tells when people lie. You can tell when somebody's lying. It's ridiculous. That's
So in the age of social media, does anybody care about integrity anymore?
Everybody's a liar on social media. Social media.
everybody's promoting themselves. So they believe the
Social media
promotion,
is a big
PR, they bank on everything. Everything can be used for bank.
This is a side note, and since we're on the topic of social media, what is an OnlyFans page? What is that?
That is like, say you're a stripper and you just want.
You're not talking about friends. You don't want friends and family. You want people
fans.
who
and
are.
This is how people make their money. So I go to OnlyFans page. I create a OnlyFans pages. I do what I want. I pop my booty, take my clothes off, or I sell whatever merch. But that's how I'm making my money. I'm making my money OnlyFans pages.
And this is a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because when I'm reading, social media sometimes, and you're reading certain, I guess, what do they call those, like, verified accounts or something,
Yeah,
or like
it
those
shows.
celebrity accounts. And you see these, like, bots that pop up in the comments. And then I see sometimes there's somebody that, makes these comments, and but I guess it's all like a bot. and this repeats where it's just like, oh, I'm too cute to work, and they just want people, and I'm just like,
AI
what is
is running
going on?
things.
Like, where
AI,
are we in our lives, and where it's just
we're
like,
all AI. We're about to be human 2.0.
like, and I'm just and when I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, and I'm here thinking that
No.
I really want authentic experiences with people.
You're not getting it from social media.
You
If
know,
you
and
want authentic, you're not
Better
going
get
to
to the
social
library.
media. You
Get back
better
to the
take it old
library.
school, not social media.
and
Send some letters.
yeah, and I'm like, it's like nobody
And the
is
post
real.
office is closed, so
You
no
know,
letters.
nobody's real anymore. Like, no one cares about integrity. Like, even the rules.
They can't meet you in person. It's all AI. AI is running everything right now. It can run things.
And
No,
and
that's
social
why I
media.
don't like dating apps. Like dating apps, I'm like, it's the worst
Scary.
for me.
Crazy.
I'm like,
I get that, and I'm like, and there's people that rely heavily on those things.
I'm like, I prefer if I'm going to meet somebody,
It's good.
I prefer to go to a bar and sit at the bar and meet somebody and have them talk to me so I can feel them out. Than for me to meet you on a dating app and you can feed
You
me
would meet a
all
totally
the
different
bullshit
person
that
in
you
person.
want.
And but see, that's why it's like, I have these conversations about intentions, integrity, and authenticity, is because I want us to get back to that, type of interaction.
I
And
told
it's
somebody
like,
the other day, the art of conversation has completely is gone. The art of conversation is gone.
Yeah.
No, these kids nowadays do not know the art of conversation.
okay, but I understand with the kids, but I'm talking about us.
Even with
We old.
adults.
You know what I
what
mean?
you
Even
feeling,
with
feel-
adults.
There's a way.
If I can break up with you via text message, the art of conversation
Is done.
is gone.
There's this. Okay, when we speak and we are here together, we're vibing. There's a wavelength. The music. There's wavelengths. Online, it's not a wave. It's the right angles. Remember in
0100101. That is
There's no right angles if you want energy to flow. If you want creativity, you can't deal with right angles. And right now, it's all computer. It's all AI. It's all right angles.
But there's still energy.
We fall into it though.
But there's still energy going through those apps as well, because there's
but I don't have to be authentic.
But it's not
and
a
I don't have
natural
to be
energy.
real, and I don't
but
have
but
to.
because I definitely have to take breaks, because the energy that comes through it, through those apps, becomes so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So that's why, I just came back yesterday back to WhatsApp, and I had disabled my Facebook page as well, because the energy that was coming through it, and I constantly, like, I unfollow people because I don't want them to appear in my timeline, because the shit that they post is like so low vibrational that I don't even want to see the crap, and it's like, so I constantly, reevaluate who's on my page. Some people I just wind up unfriending them and get rid of them, and other people I just unfollow so that they don't appear in the timeline. But then there's sometimes when I just have to totally unplug and uninstall the app and go, because like the
And that's
energy,
what I did with Facebook. I was like,
right? The energy from it
Because
is
that's
so,
how you know the AI. You see, you're sensitive to it. You
Right,
should,
yeah,
you should
yeah, I
be
am.
happy for that sensitivity, because that is when the AI, the bots, and all of the little cues of how you should spell or how you should say or giving you the suggestions, that is running things. So it's not gonna feel comfortable after a while.
like I got rid of Facebook. I want to say going on 5 years ago. I got rid of Facebook. I was about to get rid. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm a fat girl on the inside, I would have gotten rid of Instagram too. I'd have been like, you know what, this is it's too much. It's too much.
Well, I got rid of my personal Instagram page because I had to. I have, the one for the Intimacy Junkie. Then I had my personal Instagram, so I wind up getting rid of that one. And I wanted to do the same thing with my Facebook. Just keep, the one for the Intimacy Junkie and get rid of my personal one. But I have more people on, on my personal one, so that's what I generally use for, like, promotion of this show and other things. That's the only reason why this is still.
See, so your intimacy page would be like your OnlyFans page, but now that they have it, I think it's another site, right? Do they have a site for OnlyFans too?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have their own page, OnlyFans.
But yeah, people are really making money
Yes.
off of this, and I'm just like, who is paying for this shit? You know what I mean? And it's just like,
Millions and millions.
It's a business. It's a business. Just like YouTubing, you can make money off of YouTubing. You can make money off Instagram. You having your OnlyFans page.
well, I mean, more power to, those people. But there is a documentary, and I'm thinking about doing maybe a next episode on that called Social Dilemma on Netflix about social media. And, and I started watching it right before I came here, but I didn't finish it. So I'm going to have to go back and restart it. And everyone's saying that that's an excellent, documentary about social media, and I guess like the people that work for Facebook and Google and Twitter and what they are really about. And it's like, I think these people are trying to kill us.
Does anybody invest? You invest in the stock market?
I sure
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Because this is where this intention and integrity. Because I'm like, do we worry about conflict stocks? Which stocks? Because we will invest in the stocks that are gonna make the bank.
Okay, well, I guess that I've never heard that sound before. So I guess that means our time is up. All right, so ladies, we're gonna take this up again, at our next show. And I don't know if you're gonna be here because you got your
I
test.
have my test to take, yes.
Okay, all right. Good luck on the test, Steph.
Congratulations. I mean,
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations putting it out in the universe. I will pass my
passing that
exam.
test.
Mhm.
All right. So this is Sesheta Khepra, the Intimacy Junkie, and we're signing out from SoulShare. Peace.